Hello, my patients. My name is the therapist, and this is going to be a video discussing every single text channel and everything that's related to this brand new server called the Tournament Realm. I may change the name. This is kind of just like a basic startup name type of thing, but this is what I'm going to refer to it as now. So I'm going to go through every text channel, explain every detail for detail on what the purpose of it is, what the whole idea for the server is, etc. So make sure to just sit back, relax, and listen to the best of your ability. So this is the welcome page, and this is where you might have seen this video. I will warn you guys, if you wanted to continue, I will literally pretty much just be reading word for word what each one of these things says. So if you'd rather read it for yourself, go for it. You're more than welcome to do it. However, if you're not the type of person to feel like reading and you rather just read along with me or just listen, that's completely okay too. Just thought to have both options. So if you want to read exactly what I am saying, you can just read it for yourself in each one of these text channels, or again, just sit back, relax, and listen to me talking about this. So here we go. So once you join the server, you probably will get a notification from a dinosaur bot. It's called Dinobot, but it'll tell you to go to the welcome page. Obviously, I don't have an example here because no one's joined the server yet, but you'll go to the welcome page. It'll say blah, 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 and this is where you'll probably get the video because this is old. And then let's go to the rules because as you can see, please proceed to rules. So let's go to the top. Tournament rules. There is no cheating, hacking, or scripting of any kind. No unsportsmanlike conduct, such as no mastery spam, no insulting, no verbal abuse, no threats, etc. No account sharing or smurfing. No intentionally feeding / throwing games. And please be responsible for showing up. And if you are unable to show up, let the host of the tournament know immediately. The reason why I say host is because there may be people who host tournaments in the future that I allow if they want them to. As of this moment, I'm the only host, so it sounds like I'm just talking about myself. But there is a plan, depending on how successful this is, where we may allow more hosts to join and have other people host their own tournaments within the server. But we'll see. That's way in the future. I'm not even really thinking about that right now. Okay, if caught doing any of these things, it may result in a temporary ban or a permanent ban. Very important. Server rules is be respectful to everyone. Stay out of other teams' voice channels unless you were given permission by the team or the tournament hosts. Please post things in their appropriate channels. Obviously, you have things for like general. This will come in later. You have all these, so please post it in their appropriate channels. Follow what the host says, mainly for the tournaments and stuff, but just listen to the hosts, moderators, owners of the server, etc. If you're interested in joining for a tournament, please go to tournament information, which we will check into in a minute. And if you are interested in participating, then feel free to do if you are not interested in participating, then feel free to do what you want as long as it's within the rules. So if you just want to kind of hang out and just, spend time with people, you are more than welcome to stay. However, this is mainly made for tournament stuff. So let's go to tournament information, shall we? So how the tournaments work. How the tournaments work will depend on the amount of people and the amount of teams. For example, if we have a lot of teams, it would probably be a single elimination type of tournament. But if we only have 4 teams, then we might do a best out of 5 or best out of 3. The details for individual tournaments will change based on the amount of people and the amount of time that we have to host it. However, if there are multiple games to be played per round, so best out of 5 for example, one team will be selected as blue side and the other team red side for the first game. After game 1 is complete, the teams will switch sides and keep on alternating sides based on how many games they're playing. That's the wrong there. It should be they are. There are. Wow, perfect punctuation. I'm going to have to go in and fix that later. I'm not going to worry about that now. The teams will most likely be randomly matched up against each other. You may be facing a much better team in the first round. Since it is a tournament, whether you play the best team first or last, eventually you will play them anyways. That is how tournaments work. But if there is something wrong with the first round / match, I may modify the matchups. For example, if I see a group of really good friends playing against each other in the first round, I may move them around so it's a bit more fun. But I promise I will always be 100% transparent if I modify the first matchups. I will never modify any other matchups past the very first round. How to join a tournament. To register, you must go to Team Register. If you don't have a team, then you are by yourself, post in the Looking for a Team. All information on how to join will be in both of those. So let's go to Looking for a Team. So if you're by yourself, if you're like, hey man, I really want to join a team, but I have no one that wants to join this tournament with me, or I can't find any people, or I only have one other person, then this is what you can do for Looking for a Team. So you want to structure everything like this. Obviously, it says do not bold it. So summoner name, season 8 ending rank, your primary and secondary roles, op.gg, extra information. This part is optional. So here's an example that I made. Summoner name, the therapist, season 8 ending rank, gold 4, my primary secondary roles, top/mid, op.gg, and then extra info. You guys don't need to add this extra information. If you want to just line it up like this, where it's like your name, rank, top, mid, etc., then you're welcome to do that. You don't need to have all this additional information. The reason why I have that there is just so it's more easy to know how to lay out and structure your information. Next thing is team register. So again, if you're going solo or trying to find a team to join, put everything here. If you have a group of 5 people who want to all play as a team, then you go to team register. So structure your team like this. And again, do not bold. Team name, preferably no profanity. I don't mind if you use something like, I'm not saying use this one, but I may ask you to change it if I feel like it's just not appropriate, etc. But we'll figure that out once you guys decide a team name. Your team captains, please add them at Discord. Again, I'll get into captains in a little bit for more information on captain information. Summoner names with what roles they play in order of top, jungle, mid, ADC, and support. Up to 2 substitutes, unless tournament rules say otherwise. Basically, the more teams we have, the more substitutes people can have. But for now, I'm not expecting to have a ton of teams, so I want to kind of limit the amount of substitutes. Extra information, again, this part is optional. So here's an example that I set up. Team name, the patients. Team captain, the therapist. That's why it's orange, because I just tapped myself. These are just made up names, except this one. This is an actual name. I think all these are love. I think, or all of these are fake. I think I have an old Smurf account that I haven't touched in forever named this. But anyways, point is that I put a top, the therapist, jungle lifestealer 58, mid, red sippy cup, ADC microscopy, support bartender, love that name, substitutes Mark Moreau's love, and Yordeling. Extra info, we prefer having our color pink. So what's going to happen is if a team registers, then I'm going to have like their own little section here, like the hosts, only it's going to be their team name, and then if they want their name pink or whatever, I can make their names pink, whatnot. So don't have a team looking for a team, obviously. That goes like this. So let's go to captain information. Again, if you create a team, you need to have a captain. So let's go on what a captain does. So basically what a captain does is the main thing that a captain is in charge of is its communication with the host, with their players, and with other captains. The captain does not mean shot caller. It basically means who on the team is going to be the best at communicating with the tournament host and team captains. The person trying to get a team together will probably be the team captain if no one volunteers. So while it is up to the individual players to communicate if they're canceling their participation, if a team captain knows that their team will not make it, the captain should immediately notify the tournament host. Team captains are in charge of letting the tournament host know what the end results of a tournament game is. Anytime that a tournament game ends, captains need to immediately send either a screenshot of the game results or send the host of the tournament the match history of the game. This is so the host can keep up the bracket up to speed so everyone can understand what is going on. I'm going to have a bracket, I think it's called, oh my gosh, what's it called? I still haven't actually finalized what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to bother saying it because I haven't decided if I'm going to use this program or not. But basically, I'm planning on using a tournament bracket thing that I can update live, and this is why I kind of need the end results. So, moving on though. If a teammate all of a sudden AFKs, the host or other captains may want to know where that teammate is, because the AFKer may be preventing the next game from starting. Captains should be able to respond to what their teammate is doing at any given time. If a substitute is necessary, team captains need to communicate what substitutes are playing prior to the match. If a team needs an extra player and/or a substitute, team captains are also in charge of messaging someone who is looking for a team. So for example, if let's say you're a group of 4 but you want one more guy, you can go to looking for a team and find out who's posting information there. So, anyways, if team captains are also in charge of messaging someone who's looking for a team. Every other team member can say their opinions on who they want to join, but the captain is the one in charge of messaging him or her to join. So anytime you want them to join your team, the team captain needs to message them. So, if you have any other questions that are not answered, whether you're a captain or not, please check out FAQ. Frequently asked questions. So, when is the tournament going to happen? For our upcoming tournaments, please go to upcoming tournaments. Obviously, you can look at that here. We'll get to that in a minute. I caught someone cheating. I caught someone breaking the rules. What do I do? Send the information to the host, and the host will do what they think is necessary. Always have proof of what someone is doing. Anyone can make accusations, but not everyone can have proof. Make sure to record or screenshot what someone is doing. Am I allowed to live stream or record the games? You may live stream and record as long as you notify everyone in the game, including the enemy team, that you are doing so. Why was I matched up against a team that was way higher ranking than I was? While the first round may be modified, it's a tournament. You'll either face the best team in the first round or the last round. Sadly, that is how tournaments work. If you're still confused, please go to tournament information. We've already been there, so there's no point in looking at that again. I'm out of the tournament. Now what? That's up to you. You can log off if you choose to. If you want suggestions, you can spectate other games that the people who preceded are playing. You can watch their live streams. You can create a custom match with the other people who are out of the tournament. You can play Scriblio, which is a fantastic, high-quality gameplay experience, or you can just hang out and talk. I put someone on my team from the scouting grounds / looking for a team section, but I don't like playing with him or her. What do I do? If the player you selected is breaking the rules, then please let the host know, and then they will be removed from your team. If they are not breaking the rules, then you must stick with the team until the tournament is over. After the tournament, they may be removed if the host deems necessary. So the reason why I said if they are not breaking the rules, then you must stick with them until the tournament is over is I don't want someone saying like, hey, come join our team, we need you, and all of a sudden realizing like, oh, this player is really bad, I don't want to play with him anymore. I don't want people getting kicked out simply because of their skill level. So that's why I kind of implemented this rule that they must stick with them until the tournament is over. Then, they can be shuffled or removed, etc. I just don't want people saying, oh, let's join this people, or let's have this person join our team, and then realize that they don't like that player's skill gap or skill level, and they want someone new. That's the main reason why I implemented that rule. However, if they are legitimately breaking rules, again, rules are all right here, if whether server or tournament rules, then they will be kicked from the game or any team pretty much. So, yeah, that's basically why I made this a bit more open, I guess you could say. Anyways, what does my team get if we win? Depends on the tournament that is set up. Since this is fairly new, the tournaments will just be for fun with no prizes involved. This may change in the future, but we shall see. More frequently asked questions will be added if necessary. So the reason why I'm doing no prizes is because I don't want to create a tournament and say, yeah, everyone's going to get $50 in Riot points if they win. And all of a sudden, what happens if the servers of League crashes? What if my Wi-Fi crashes and I can't connect online? What if someone gets a huge power spike in the middle of the game and there's nothing they can do? What if a bug occurs that affects the game results? So I just kind of want to ease through this. Since this is my first time ever hosting a tournament, I kind of want to just make sure it's as kind of low-key but still acting like it's a completely normal, intense tournament. So while there may be prizes in the future, I think the first 2, maybe 3 tournaments will just be for fun until I get used to it and comfortable, then maybe doing prizes. So, upcoming tournaments. The first tournament will be Saturday, January 19th, 2019, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. More details coming soon. I may change this to 12 p.m. PST, but, more details coming soon. Everyone warning. So this is very important because everyone in the server probably wants to participate with the tournaments and know what's going on. So I will be using everyone a lot. So as you can see, there will be a lot of everyone pings just to make sure that people are keeping updated with the tournaments. If I know people would 100% read important messages, I will not be doing this. My apologies. I know how annoying it is to have that little notification with that one saying, oh, you have a brand new message, and all of a sudden it's just a not everyone. I know people hate that, but unfortunately you're going to get it a lot in the server, so brace yourself if you want to do that. And now let's get to the basic stuff. So, hanging out, general, anyone's welcome here, blah, blah, blah. The ship. What is the ship, you're probably wondering? So, only the captains will be able to speak in here, because only captains are allowed to captain the ship. It's just a cheesy name I came up with in the spur of the moment. But this is so captains can get to know each other, know when to send, when to set up scrims if they choose to, who to play against, who to add online, etc. So this is pretty important for captains. Again, this is no use if you're not a captain. Voice channels, you just have general. This is a party. This is basically just do whatever you want. You have different games you can play. The ship, obviously, is only for captains. There is an AFK room. And also, I'm planning on creating individual voice channels once the teams are created. So, you'll get your own voice channel that only your teammates can enter, but that will come way, way in the future once we get teams, obviously. More entertainment, self-promotion, so if you wanted to share your YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, that's all you. Do whatever you feel like promoting. Please make sure that it's self-promotion, and please also don't spam this. I don't want like every day seeing, subscribe to my YouTube channel, blah, 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 so please limit your amount of posts and also make sure that's your own things. This isn't promoting someone else. Over here, if you are into art, you can post your art here if you choose to. This is just something to do for fun. Music, if you want to post your music that you're listening to or interested in. Photography, again, if you take pictures or photos or stuff like that, you can post that there. And bot commands, I have it enabled where I think everyone can use the bots. If someone starts really abusing it, then I may disable this. But if you are in the server, you can probably command these 2 bots, Rhythm bots and Dinobots. I don't have the bot commands here, but I don't really want to put them because I don't really want a lot of people using them. But we'll see. Logs is irrelevant. Literally only I can see what the logs are, so I'm not going to bother showing that. And the connections is just connections with other servers that I make or maybe other future hosts or other moderators have. This is just a server called My Patience. I'm sure a lot of people know about this. But yeah, this is just a server that I have for fun and just to bring happiness and joy into entertainment. So yeah, this is the Tournament Realm. If you have any interest in joining, I will link it down in the description if you happen to randomly come across this video. Chances are you probably didn't, but in case you did, I'll link it down in the description if you're interested in joining. If it doesn't work, then feel free to leave anything in the comments or questions, comments, concerns, anything else in there. And I believe that's everything. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this tournament, these tournaments, the server, and the future of what has yet to come. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you later.